Shadowhunters. So today I'm going to be doing the second episode in my new series called Tmi May. If you haven't watched my first video of Tmi May, so basically what I'm doing is just creating a bunch of different videos that are Mortal Instruments themed leading up to the release of City of Heavenly Fire, the last book in the Mortal Instruments series. So today my video is Top 10 Tmi Plot Twists. Now let me just say that Cassandra Clare is the absolute queen of plot twists. Her books have literally just made me feel so many different emotions that I didn't know were possible until I read her books. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 10 things that have absolutely shocked me when I read the books for the first time. Also, this video will contain a lot of spoilers about the entire Mortal Instruments series. And since plot twist gives a lot away about the entire plot, that's why plot is in the name of it, I don't recommend watching this video unless you have read the whole series or just watch it if you don't really care. So let's get started. So number 10 on my list is in City of Lost Souls when we find out that the Seelie Queen has teamed up with Sebastian. I feel like everyone kind of expected it to happen when she gave Clary the rings, but I was still shocked. Like, the only thing that could literally come out of my mouth while reading was just, oh. Number 9 would be in City of Bones when we find out that Clary is Valentine's daughter. I saw the movie of City of Bones first before I read any of the books, so I'm watching it. I'm not reading it, but even still reading it, I'm just like, wow, this is like, everyone's talking about Valentine. It's one of the first things you read about in the book is that the demon is talking about how he can give away Valentine's location. And then Clary just turns out to be his daughter, and that was just the first plot twist in the entire series, I think. The 8th biggest plot twist for me would be in City of Fallen Angels when we find out that Maya and Jordan know each other and they've actually dated, and that he was the one who turned Maya into a werewolf. So basically the whole Maya Jordan backstory was just a major plot twist for me. But that whole scene where Maya goes to maul Jordan, I thought she was going to get really mad at Simon because that's also where Maya finds out that her and Isabel are both dating Simon. But no, she just mauls Jordan and we have no idea why until we read the rest of the chapters. But I love their love story. I think it's beautiful, and just the whole thing was just such a major plot twist for me. I was like so surprised to figure that out. Number 7 on my list is when Clary stabs Jace at the end of City of Lost Souls. When they were talking about how Michael's sword would burn out all of the evil in somebody, but would kill them if there was not enough good left in them. So logically I'm thinking Clary's just gonna stab Sebastian, like that makes the most sense because then he's gonna die and then he'll be free from Jace because Jace is obviously more good than bad. But no, she just freaking stabs Jace and I am screaming because I'm like, this can't be the second time he dies in the series. She can't do that twice. So many plot twists at the end of that book. Number 6 for me lies in between City of Fallen Angels and City of Lost Souls because it happens at the end of City of Fallen Angels but we only learn about it in City of Lost Souls, that Jace and Sebastian are bound. That whole confrontation scene between Jocelyn and Sebastian was just ridiculous, and so Luke goes to kill Sebastian and he's just like, haha, you kill me, you kill Jace too, and I was just like, this can't be possible. It just plays such a huge role in the book and I was just so shocked, like, ugh. How is this even possible? The 5th biggest plot twist for me in the Mortal Instruments series is when Jace brings Clary to Lilith. Jace is just so good and I'm just so in love with Jace, and having him hold a knife to Clary's neck was just ridiculous. I was like, this isn't Jace, this can't be happening, this is just so far from the plot, this can't be happening. So I got very overwhelmed when I was reading that part. I just wasn't prepared. I think that's really all it was, I just wasn't prepared for something that to happen. Number 4 would be when Jace dies and is brought back to life by Raziel. Now, I was really bad with spoilers for the Mortal Instruments. I literally just, as soon as I finished a book, I just had to go look up the entire plot summary for the next one, so I knew this happened, but City of Glass is a very long book, so I had kind of forgotten about it when I was about halfway through, and near the end I was just like, wait, this happens? When Jace died, I literally cried. I was like, you can't kill a main character in the middle of a series. I know there's 2 more Cassandra Clare. This is impossible. So I was in denial for a bit. I was crying for a bit. And then as I'm reading, the whole 20-minute section of my life where Jace dies and then is brought back by Raziel is just a mess. And I don't even want to think about it. But I was just so distraught. Number 3 for me would be when we found out that Sebastian is Clary's brother. As I'm reading Jocelyn's whole story, that was not what I expected to be the end of it. You know, I had expected her to try and convince Jocelyn how good a guy Jace was and how this couldn't possibly him, and Jocelyn's just like, I'm not talking about Jace. Like, you could have included that at the beginning. I did not see it coming at all. I just thought Sebastian was a new character. I really didn't think anything of him being Valentine's son. It was just too weird. So that was a huge plot twist, and that just plays into so much of the rest of the series. The second biggest plot twist for me is also in City of Glass when I find out that Jace and Kite are not siblings. It's kind of the same one as the last one, but it's definitely different. I shipped them so hard since the beginning of the Scene of Pandemonium, and just finding out that they were brother and sister was just such a relief, but I was also like, how can you just let me think that they're siblings for like 2.5 books? It was horrific. I was very hopeful that they weren't siblings, but just finding it out, I was still shocked. Like, I knew it couldn't be true, but I was just an absolute mess. I was just like, oh, thank the Lord they're not siblings. And the absolute biggest plot twist of the entire Mortal Instruments series has to be when we find out that Jace and Kite are siblings. Now, like I said, I watched City of Bones before I read the books, but just in the theater, I'm coming out crying, shaking my head. I'm just like, no, they can't be siblings. This isn't real. This isn't real. No, no, no. They can't end a movie like that. It just doesn't end. It was weird shipping a brother and sister for a while. It was really, really weird, and just having them be siblings just wasn't right. Just the whole chunk of City of Bones when you don't think they're siblings, it's just like, how can this be possible? How can they be siblings? And that is definitely why it is the biggest plot twist in the Mortal Instruments series, and I think everyone in the world has to agree, because it was so huge. It was like revolutionary. So those scenes are what I consider to be the top 10 biggest plot twists in the whole Mortal Instruments series. I love Cassandra Clare's plot twists. They're just so interesting and they keep the story going so well. I'm just so not ready for the rest of them in City of Heavenly Fire. So I know there's going to be so many and my mental state just can't take it. I'd love to see what you guys think are your top 10 biggest plot twists of Mortal Instruments series. Alright, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time for more Mortal Instruments themed videos. Bye!